Good evening, everyone. I'm Eamon from Team A. My other members are Arush and Krishna, and we are supporting Russia on its military action against Ukraine.
Good evening to one and all present. Before we start, let me introduce my team to you all. I am Varnika, another member of my team is Aisha, and we both are supporting Ukraine in this discussion.
Ukraine is known as a wheat basket of the world. Now Ukraine has turned into a war zone. This would increase the trade of wheat for India and this will increase our forest reserves. And in today's time, every country would want to increase its forest reserve. Therefore, I support the fact that there is no harm in grabbing the opportunities that come to India. I would like to hear your thoughts on this, Aisha.
I'm afraid I don't quite agree with you on that because, in my perspective, trade cannot be the parameter to support the country in its invasion.
I like to add what Aisha just said. Ahimsa and Parmo are not only the keys, but humanity also is India's part to protect the civilians of Ukraine by giving consequences on different sanctions that are being put on Russia.
I'm afraid I have to disagree because Russia is not attacking the civilians of Ukraine, it is just attacking the governmental buildings and army bases of Ukraine.
I agree to you, Arush, up to a point. However, the fact we can see Busha, the city of Ukraine, that what Russia has done, and this is ultimately leading to the bloodshed of civilians.
Sorry to interrupt, but there is no proof to point Russia on this bloodshed. I would also like to remind you that Russia openly supported India during Indo-Pak War in the year 1971. So we should repay this help by supporting Russia.
Do you mind if I add that I believe that repaying the favor doesn't mean India should support Russia in its military operation against a smaller country. Moreover, it is leading to loss of human life.
If I may jump in here, Ukraine is the biggest supplier of weapons to Pakistan. Nearly 1200 crore weapons are being purchased by Pakistan every year. And when Pakistan presented a file to stop India's nuclear test, which was in Pokhran, Ukraine and 25 other countries stood against India as they wanted that India shouldn't be a country to test the nuclear weapon.
I couldn't agree more. But I would also like to add that Russia doesn't want United States and NATO installations and weapons anywhere near the Russian border. That is why Russia started a military operation on Ukraine. USA and NATO also installed weapons near the Turkey border while attacking Syria. Before 2013, headquarters of NATO Allied Air Command was in Izmir, Turkey. The USA gave 90 B-61 bombs to Turkey. These were kept in there in case of nuclear conflict, and of course, the use requires the approval of NATO. Russia from day one has been telling to USA and NATO to stay away and do not interfere in Russia-Ukraine conflict. If Russia also wanted to attack or invade the eastern part of Ukraine, it would have done it long back. The reason why Russia attacked now was because USA didn't listen to its demand of not interfering in Russia-Ukraine conflict.
I want to add that Russia has fulfilled over 46% of India's defense needs in the last 5 years.
I would also like to add my viewpoint here. As we all know, since the inception of Ukraine crisis, India has stood for peace, it has stood for diplomacy and dialogue. And I somewhere agree to T.S. Tirumurti, Indian representative of United Nations Security Council, who said that India believes that no solution can be arrived at with bloodshed, and both the countries should solve their issues through talks on table diplomatically. So before I wind up our discussion, I'd like to call upon a member of Team A and Team B to summarize their viewpoints.
Thank you for giving me an opportunity to express my argument that India should support Russia in this discussion of taking military action against Ukraine, and I hope my arguments will lead you to the right side.
I'm obliged that I got a chance to participate in this discussion. I also hope that my arguments lead you to the right decision.
So it's been a wonderful experience listening to your thoughts. First of all, I'd like to congratulate both the teams for successfully holding the discussion. And I also must not forget to mention that both the teams have succeeded in putting forward their respective viewpoints effectively. And I look forward to such constructive sessions in future. Thank you all of